Put on some lip chap. Well, welcome everyone who's watching today. If you want to be a guest sometime on Everybody Has a Story, please reach out to me. I would love to hear from you. You have a story that other people would love to hear. I can guarantee it. Today, I have all the way from Spain, I have Deborah Sutton, and she's going to talk about how to heal yourself to happiness. So I'm curious to hear what that is all about. Welcome, Deborah.
Hi.
I'm going to let you just take it. I don't have any questions off the top of my head for now. I think that you're prepared enough and fluent enough to just go for it.
So dive straight in. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm happy to do that. Heal Yourself to Happiness is actually the name of my first book. So that's where that bit came from. But at the moment, what I really wanted to share, because it's really been resonating with me, and I think that's what's beautiful about this community coming up, is that we're all resonating with certain bits of information, and we're all having our own sort of aha moments, and we're all doing the inner work and learning, I think. And so during the last year, so I just kind of wanted to share some things that have really resonated with me, and how they're helping me, how they're like really like helping me. I don't know, just helping me be happy and healthy, I guess. So it's the Great Awakening, everyone's view on the Great Awakening. What is the Great Awakening and what is it all about? And what is it that we're waking up to? Because there are so many different layers of what we're waking up to. The truth behind everything. And for me, the Great Awakening has been about waking up to the fact that we're all energy beings and we're living in a quantum universe. And as such, there are quantum truths. And if you follow the quantum truths, you get to win the game. And that's the way I see it. It's about quantum manifestation. And that's what I wanted to share, because I think it's actually really simple. And people think about, everyone's talking about quantum, but what is quantum? And when you want to understand like quantum physics, then I'm definitely not your person. You want to go to like Marina Jacobi or someone like that. But it's like I'm not a car mechanic, but I can drive a car, so I don't need to be a quantum physicist to understand how it works. And I think the bit that people need to really understand, because it's really helped me, is to understand that everything is energy, absolutely everything, including your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, and us. We know that food and drink and stuff like this is energy, and we understand that with our diet and stuff like that, we want to put high vibrating foods in, but it's about the thoughts, the beliefs, particularly the beliefs right at the moment, and the emotions, because whatever frequency, whatever frequency we are, is the frequency that we are creating.
Yeah.
We are quite literally creating our own reality. Our reality is a holographic projection that we're seeing as life. We call it reality, but it's a holographic projection of the frequency, the energy that we are. So in every now moment, whatever you're feeling is your contribution to the collective. And just realizing that and focusing on that makes me really think.
Yes. Yeah, you can change your whole, you can change every moment that you're having an experience in every day if you're conscious of every moment in how you are being. And being is a very important word. How are you being in every moment? Every moment, being conscious, being aware. How am I being? How am I feeling? How am I reacting? And then just change it if it needs to be changed accordingly, right?
Exactly. And this is where, you see, we hear this and we don't always get our head around it. But I think I'm getting there. There is no future, there is no past, there is only our level of consciousness. So we expand into more of who we are. Okay, so it's all about expansion. Okay, if you have a belief or a thought or an emotion that is contracting you in any shape or form, then you are not expanding into more of who you are. And you are not you're not positively contributing to the collective. I mean, that's, for me, that's a big aha, because there's stuff going on that is going to lower vibrations.
Yeah.
And it's stuff that we need to know. So we need to know it, but we can't stay there. We cannot stay in that frequency.
Yeah, you think of it like a dam, right? We're being a dam for ourselves, and we're holding back the flow of what's meant to be. So we're just using this dam, and things build up within us, and then it manifests out as dis-ease, discomfort, and all of those negative things that we don't want. I relate it to birth because I'm a birth worker. So same thing. In birth, when we're feeling, the discomforts and, the pains of contractions or whatever, we kind of tense up and hold it in. Whereas if you realize in the moment that, wait, I have to do the opposite of that. I have to open and let it go. Then the birth will flow. It won't be stagnant. It won't last for, days or whatnot. But yes.
But that's exactly it. That's the resistance compared to the going with the flow. And actually, that's one of the ways I help clients with the acknowledging the emotions, okay? Because it's not about, obviously it's not denying the emotions. We need to detach from emotions, but there's two ways of detaching. And the first way is the less conscious way, whereby we're not actually detaching from them, we're just suppressing them. Okay, and just choosing not to feel them. What we're actually doing, because everything is energy, including the emotions, they want to move in circles, like all energy, like the water cycle. If you stop the water, it will go stagnant and bad, and you get illness and disease, of course. Well, the emotions are the same. If you stop them, you just choose not to process it by not crying or not dealing with it or just choosing not to feel it, it's going to get lodged and blocked in. That's the trapped emotions, that are going to get lodged in your body, and that's what's going to cause the illness and disease and all sorts of overreactions and density, because they're low frequency. If you look at the chart, I've got my lovely chart here, but if you look at the chart, the lower frequency emotions, that they're the ones that we're trapping within us, and then we keep them all our lifetime, and now, because we're doing so much healing on a collective level, there's past life stuff, collective stuff, ancestral stuff, all sorts of energy in the cells of our body. And we need to process it out. So suppressing it is not detaching from it, but some people think that it is, right? So you've got to make sure that it's processed. But then when you get to like a higher level of consciousness, when you're looking at it, what you just said about feeling the emotion, but relaxing the physical body. And then you just relax the physical body. So the energy of that emotion, because it could be from a trigger, right? Or it could be coming in now because we've got fear coming in, right? And or it could be something triggering fear that's already within us, obviously. So rather than react, knee-jerk reaction, or rather than suppress it some more, sitting in it to observe it, to acknowledge it, to flow. You said flowing, but you've got to relax the physical body.
Yeah.
And when you've got those emotions, you naturally want to tense up. And that's when you become that emotion. You then become fearful, you become angry, you become whatever that emotion is. Whereas if you can relax the physical body, it does take practice, but actually this week we're going to have lots of practice. I do cards, I don't know if you know, but on YouTube I do card readings for the week, and it came up this week that we're all going to have plenty of practice at this. Like being triggered, I think. So just feeling the emotion, it can get really quite intense. You can feel where it is in your body. It's coming up from somewhere. It exists within you because it cannot exist without you unless it exists within you. That's the whole point of what's going on, right? But if you can just acknowledge it and put attention, that's all it wants. It's like everything in life. It just wants to be acknowledged. Bless it, of course. It's the stop denying it. We're all in denial about stuff. Stop denying it and just allow, like you just said, just allow the birth to happen, So there is an intensity, but as soon as you relax into it and focus on it, it's gone. I don't think childbirth is quite as quick, but
Oh, it is. It sure is when you do finally go and then you're at that pushing stage, things shift. Things drastically. And then as soon as that baby is like pushed out or even the head is out, yeah, it's done. It's complete, that part of what you just went through, that journey of birth, that whole journey, because it's a journey going through the birth process. And yeah, as soon as that baby's like hit the oxygen or whatever, it's done, it's complete. You're just, all of a sudden your shift is totally changed now into something else, and you forget all about what just happened a second ago. You forget all that birth, things like that. It's amazing, right?
Yeah. And what's interesting is when doing it with emotions, that's how we transmute the negative emotion into love, right? Or whichever way you want to look at it, that's how we shine light on the dark, or that's how we make conscious the unconscious, whichever way you want to look at it. So with the baby analogy, I quite like that, because you're literally transmuting it into, hey, a bundle of love. But yeah, so that kind of detachment is what I'm talking about, when you can actually sit in it and be, like you said earlier on. It's about being, not reacting to it. Hello.
She doesn't really come out during the shows, but she's the one not feeling very well today, so we're just babying her. Yeah, so it's fun. Yeah, so yeah. So tell us a little bit about what you do then. Like, so you offer a service and you help people clear these kinds of things, right? Because you offered something to me last week, and I had no idea what you do, and that it's very, very good of you. I really, really appreciate that. So then you sent me an email and a link with all these things that came up. So how did you do that? How did you find that for me? Like all the fear and the this and then that.
Yeah, well, that comes from an emotional healing modality that I use called the emotion code. And I use quite a few. I studied quite a few energy healing modalities. But at the moment, rather than work with people on a one-to-one, I tend to like to teach people how to do it for themselves. Because I think this is what's needed. And all these techniques, they're self-healing techniques. I think it's all about self-healing, especially as we've got this, I love this new word that we've been using the past few months, about sovereignty. And it is all about sovereignty. So, this idea that, the healer heals them. I mean, we know it doesn't work like that, and obviously, the more aware somebody is, it's all about self-realization. So I'd much rather help coach people. I'd rather coach people to use these modalities for themselves, rather than working with people on a one-to-one. I love to say to them, well, you can do it yourself. So I do online courses where I help people learn that. So yeah, energy healing. Yeah, I think it's going to be, I think it's the way to go, so that everybody can take control over their own energy and be responsible for their own healing. But it comes first with understanding, doesn't it? Understanding that we are all energy beings, and understanding that literally we are creating our reality through the thoughts, the beliefs, and the emotions that we have, and through the actions. So and that, like with beliefs, the thing about beliefs that I found quite interesting, because everything is energy, and the beliefs as well. This chart, the scale of consciousness, there'll be beliefs. These people, the people can be on this chart. Yeah. I mean, everything can be measured on this chart, level of consciousness, whether it be a book, a film, people, emotions. Obviously, these are emotions. And beliefs. So people vibrating down here might be in a lot of fear, and they'll have beliefs that are contracting them and keeping them in that low density. But as you raise your vibration and expand your level of consciousness, you start moving up this chart. And then your beliefs start changing. So down here, people think that life is happening to them and that they are a victim of their circumstances. But as you go up the chart, you start realizing that you are creating your reality. And therefore, you can make conscious decisions and conscious choices to create what you want as opposed to what you don't want. And that's when you come into an expanded state of consciousness. That's where the miracles are, right? So it's all about learning how to raise your vibration, if that makes sense. And when you're up here, you understand that life is happening for you. It's happening for your benefit. It's happening for your purpose of learning to evolve. And your purpose, it's helping you self-realize. It's all about self-realization, right? So therefore, you know, your perception of the world is completely different. So when it comes to beliefs, this is why people are arguing a lot, but beliefs are energy vibrating at a certain frequency. So if you're here trying to tell somebody who's in fear your belief, it's going to have no effect because their belief is resonating with their level of consciousness. So the only thing, I'm going to sound quite corny now, I think, but the only thing that's going to raise the vibration will be loving them.
Yeah, that's true. Loving them, and just knowing, detaching, okay, because it's not our responsibility. Everybody's own journey is not our responsibility. All we can do is love them and be in a high vibrational state ourselves that will emanate and possibly influence those people, right? And so everybody that's listening, if you just close your eyes for a moment and just take in a deep breath, it doesn't matter where you are on that scale, but just imagine what it would feel like to be feeling happiness for the most part of your days, okay? Just feeling good, having no concerns or worries, and being in the moment, enjoying, tasting, smelling, feeling. Can you just imagine not having the worries of the days that you normally have and just feeling good, right? So that's what we're talking about here, is just being open. Open your heart, take the baby steps to start removing the things that no longer serve you. You don't need to be attached to things and feelings and beliefs anymore. You can open your heart, open yourself, and let God or the Spirit lead you. And it's all within us. And it's a great place to be. You want to be there. Trust us. You want to be able to feel this. This is why we are here. This is how we are meant to be living and feeling in each moment. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Exactly. And I think it's really important for people to understand that the frequency that they're feeling is the frequency that they're creating. And that's why, you know, that's why a lot of people talk about the fact that they say, oh, you have to get quite selfish. But it's not selfish because there is only you. There is only you and your vibration. And your vibration is absolutely everything to you.
Yeah. And you can have so much fun. Once you know that and see the results, even the little things of what you're creating and manifesting each day, what fun. Don't you think that that is fun? Like, how exciting to be able to create the world that we desire and that's going to feel us. And it's okay to detach and let go of people who aren't ready to grow like that. It's okay to put distance between you, even if it's family. Like it's fine. You have to, like you said, be a bit selfish in a way, because we are all responsible for our own health. Health is our wealth, our own well-being. So that has to come first. We have to come first. We have to protect our energies, especially if we are opening our hearts to start rising and creating a higher vibrational state. Then we send love, but we don't have to engage or let other people's energy keep us in a place where we no longer can grow there, right? So yeah,
exactly.
Tell us a little bit more about what you're feeling and thinking, and then and also where we can find you so that people can reach out to you.
Yeah, a couple of things that you said there. I love the way you said health is our wealth, because I would say that your level of consciousness is your new currency. You know, we're saying the same thing in different words. I love it. Yeah, and also about putting distance. It's, you know, we create our own suffering when we think we know the best path for another.
That's
You
right.
know, and we don't. Everyone's choosing their path. But even if we are going to have conversations with people, you know, it's important to understand that they are only going to raise their vibration into a more life-affirming belief if we show them love, appreciation, gratitude. What makes you feel good is when people tell you, when people appreciate you. I mean, I don't think anybody feels completely appreciated. Just letting people know that you appreciate them for whatever they're doing, I mean, whatever their service is, and just being so grateful for whatever it is that they're doing and sharing with them, because then that will boost them, that will boost their vibration, you know, and that's you know, love is the answer. I know, such a cliche,
It
isn't it?
sounds funny, but it's true.
And I just wanted to say, Lonnie, can I, I've got 33 quantum truths that I've woken up to in this Great Awakening. Have we got time for me to share them?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, it's like my latest blog, but I just, you know. Okay, so these are things that I've learned and wanted to share. So number one, loving yourself is more important than you realize. Anita Morjani is right. Your life depends on it. Number two, your level of consciousness is your salvation. Number three, and your new currency. Number four, you are creating your reality through the vibrational frequency of your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and actions. Number five, your reality is actually a holographic projection of your energy, and never has the frequency of your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and actions been more important to your future. Number six, keeping them all positive is a priority. Number seven, understanding energy and raising your vibration is going to become your main focus. Number eight, you are the whole universe in one human being. Number nine, there is no one else. Number 10, others in your life are a reflection of a part of you. Sometimes a part of you that you like, and sometimes a part of you that you don't. Number 11, due to number 10, forgiveness is always ultimately about forgiving yourself. Number 12, others cannot trigger you. They are merely reflecting back to you an emotion that already exists within you. Number 13, the above emotion is asking to be acknowledged so it can transmute into love. Number 14, your animals really are your best friends. Number 15, random acts of kindness really are the quickest and easiest way to shift your energy when you feel low. Number 16, being in nature is more important to your health than you realize. Number 17, faith carries you. Number 18, willingness to change is a pivotal point in your evolution. Number 19, television programs do just that, and it's not a good thing. 20, if you're not excited, you're not on the right path. 21, your heart expands when something is right for you. It contracts when it isn't. 22, learn to tell the difference. 23, people can only process information at the consciousness level that they are at. 24, although everyone can process the energy of love on some level. 25, your children are more conscious than you realize. 26, heaven on earth is not a place, it's a level of consciousness. 27, love is not an emotion, it's a state of being. 28, dancing to your favorite music is better for your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual health than you realize. 29, doing what you love is a necessity, not a luxury. and so is laughter. Number 30, you cannot solve a problem while still in the energy of it. Taking a few deep breaths will help you respond from a higher perspective. 31, you are never alone. 32, your relationship with yourself is quite literally everything. And 33, when in an expanded state of consciousness, miracles occur.
Thank you. Those are beautiful
truths.
Yeah, and they are all true. So hopefully everybody replays that, listens to it again and again, and maybe even writes them down. Make yourself some affirmations out of them around your house for you to see, to keep reminding you. I really liked number 21 because we do have this amazing inner guidance system, call it a lie detector or whatever, but our body's always speaking to us. Okay, so all the answers are within. So if something doesn't feel right, it's not right. Your body is always talking to you. So please, that's so important to just, get back in tune with self. Like that one.
Definitely. And that reminds me of the sway test. That's another thing that I teach on my courses, is the sway test.
Yeah, I watched
that's very much about the same thing, because you're expanding into what's good for you and contracting away from what isn't. And it's a way of communicating with your body or your subconscious or your higher self or what have you. So.
Yes, exactly. So I did watch that little video that you shared with me.
Oh, did you?
Testing, practicing it here and there. And like you said, at first, it's going to be a little subtle. It's not going to just like blow you away where you're moving and swaying this way, but just being really in tune, and you can't do anything wrong, right? There's no such thing as making mistakes or whatever. It's just about practicing. So, don't give up on things like that and learning a new skill. Just keep going. So where can people find you? I'm going to attach links for people to find you.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I'm Deborah Jane Sutton. I just mentioned the Jane because I noticed that you didn't put it in there, but yeah, Deborah Jane Sutton, and I'm Deborah Jane Sutton everywhere. So I'm Deborah Jane Sutton on Facebook, I'm Deborah Jane Sutton on YouTube, and I'm deborahjanesutton.com, my website. And my first book, Heal Yourself to Happiness, is all about raising your vibrations, and it's free to download from my website.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome. Thank you. So
my second book, Heal Your Soul, you have to pay for, but the first one is free.
Well, come on now. You get one for free? Pay for one?
Oh, thank you so much, Lonnie. It's been lovely connecting with you.
You too. You're such a blessing and so wise. Thank you so much for all your wisdom here today and all your love. Keep sharing that.
And right back at you.
Thank you so much. And for all of you that are watching, if you want to watch more beautiful guests like this, please go to my Life and Birth Mentor YouTube channel and do just that. And if you want to be a guest again, just let me know. Happy to see you. Everybody have a fantastic day. Share love and be love.
Bye.